Shalom, shalom, giving all praises, giving all glory and all honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakwadash, all right? Before I start, I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to all you Akim out here, all you Akim across the world, preaching the truth throughout the four corners, all right? With truth and sincerity in your heart for the love of the gospel. This is the brother Shamaria of the Indiana camp coming at you with another lesson, all right? This lesson is going to be about why boast ourselves in mischief, man. All right, because it's of the flesh. You know, these people, 2/3 of our people, 2/3 of Israel, they like to they glory. All right, they love to boast themselves in mischief and evil. Why? Because they only seek the things of the flesh, man. You know, they only seek in the flesh is evil continually. You know. The flesh is evil continually. They only want and do mind the things of the flesh, man. With that being said, let me jump to something else. I'll have something lined up, but let me just jump to something else since I said that. This is the book of Romans 8, right? This is the book of Romans, the 8th chapter. All right, I'm gonna get this, and I'm gonna get one in Colossians, I believe. Straight to the point. All right, this is Romans 8:4. That the righteous of the law may be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, and to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against God, for it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be. All right. So, okay, that's about it. But that was the point, man, because these people that are of the flesh, man, they're carnal. All right, and they do not mind the things of the Spirit, man. Now, what are the things of the Spirit, and what are the things of the flesh? I believe it's in Colossians. Let me get it in this one. It's easy to search. It's easy to search in this app. Bear with me 1 second. What was it in Corinthians? I think it's in Colossians. Slakia, bear with me, Baba Kusha, please. Oh, okay, it's in Galatians. Slakia, Galatians 5:17. All right. Galatians 5:17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these. All right, so all of these things are the things that niggas like, man. 2/3 of our people, man, they love and delight in these things. Why? Because they're of the flesh. All right. It says now, verse 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, which is having sex with adultery. All right, having sex with someone that's married, man. All right, fornication. Uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred. All right. What that word says? It says tolerance. Let me look these words up. Let's get into some of these words. Let's take Galatians 5 and 17. Galatians 5:17. That was 19 though. Adultery, fornication. All right, fornication. That goes into idolatry, man. Uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft. It says emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies. What was the word? Hatred, violence, contention, strife. See, strife and contention. Violence, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions. I think seditions goes into suspicions, or divinations, decisions, figuratively decisions. All right, I think that goes into suspicions. Standing, station, state, insurrection, strife, insurrection. Oh no, I'm thinking about the word surmisings. This is seditions. Seditions. This word sedition means division. Sowing seeds of division. I'm thinking of word surmisings in the book of Timothy. Salaki. But yeah, sowing seeds of division, trying to get people to go against one another instead of unity. All right, seditions, heresies, envies, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like of this, and the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in the time past, that they which do things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. Why? Because it is of the flesh. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. And they that are Mashiach's Christ have crucified the flesh with the afflictions and the lusts. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. Let us not be serious of vain, desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envy one another. All right. But the point is that these are the characteristics of the flesh, and these are the characteristics of the Spirit. All right, and then 2/3 of our people are just like their father Esau, the devil. All right, because they're not gonna mind the things of the Spirit. They're gonna mind all the things of the flesh. This is John 8:44. All right, it says John 8:44. Ye are of the. And he was talking about his own people when he wrote when Yahushua said this, man, because it's in the red letters. It says, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and a father of it." See, lying is a characteristic of the flesh, man. So with that said, being said, let me get back to the scripture that I pulled up at the first. Now I just got all of that just to pull Psalms. But first, let me go into I believe it's Isaiah 59. It talks about how their feet run to do evil. There it is. This is Isaiah 59 and 7. Their feet run to do evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity, wasting and destruction are in their paths. So what is that? That sounds like a mind full of flesh, right? That do mind the things of the flesh. And this is talking about 2/3 of our people. And it says, the way of peace they know not. See, the way of peace is what? The way of the Spirit. they know not. See, this is the way of the Spirit, the way of peace, they know not. There is no judgment in their doings. It's in their goings. There is no judgment in their goings. That means their ways. It says they have made them crooked paths. Whosoever goeth thereof shall not know peace. All right, but that was the point. All right, it says there is judgment far from us. Neither doeth judgment overtake us. We wait for light, but behold obscurity, and brightness, but we walk in darkness. See, they hate the light, man. They hate the light. All of that is to say in Psalms 52:1. Psalms 52:1. To the chief musician Mischief, son of David, when Doeg the Edomite came and told Saul and said unto him, David is come to the house of Ahimelech. Why boast thyself in mischief, O mighty man? And why boast thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of God endureth continually. So he's talking about Doeg the Edomite, man, because he's an Edomite, and just like his Edomite in the beginning of time was the serpent. That's why he was of the flesh. He's of the children of the wicked. So that was an Edomite in the past life, man. In the beginning of time, that was an Edomite. All right. It says here. This is the book of second verse. It says, "Thine tongue deviseth mischief like a sharp razor, working deceitfully." And that's exactly what the Edomites do today, man. Their tongues devise of mischief, man. It says their tongue devise of mischief like a sharp razor, working deceitfully. Their tongue, that everything the Edomites speak is deceitful and lies, man. You know, in all of their governments, man. It says, verse 3, "Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than speaking righteousness." Why? Because you're meant to go off. The Lord created you to do evil, you know? It says, "Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than speaking righteousness." Verse 4, "Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. God shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thine dwelling place, and root and root thee out of the land of the living." So the Lord is going to take thee out the dwelling place, and he's going to root them out the world of the living, man, because he's going to do away with them. Go into the book of Obadiah, man. You know, it says the righteous shall see and fear. The righteous shall see and fear and shall laugh at him. See, the righteous shall see and fear the Lord and shall laugh at him that the Lord take out, man. This is a book of what is that? Proverbs. It says is that Proverbs 16? The Lord created all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. This is Proverbs 16:4. "The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil." See? Even the wicked for the day of evil. Verse 5. It says, "Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination." You know, and these so-called white people, man, these Edomites are very proud, man. You know, they have a very they stink of pride, man. It says, "Is an abomination to the Lord. Though hand be joined in hand, he shall not be unpunished." All right. So though whoever siding with this white man, even though hand be joined in hand, the Lord is not gonna let his iniquities go unpunished, man. All right. From there, I want to get because the Lord actually created this Edomite to go off, man. You know, he created this Edom, these heathens, these 2/3, these heathens. He created them to do their part, man, because this is a movie. You know, the Lord is playing out this movie. You know, this is the book of I think it's 40. Is it 48? It says, "I have declared the things." No, okay, it's not this one. Uh, Let me just look it up. 48:3. This is Isaiah 48:3. I have declared former things from the beginning and went forth out of my mouth. No, that's not it. Uh, there it is, 46:10. Isaiah 46:10. Isaiah 46:9. Remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh and there is none else. I am God and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning. So the Lord declared the end before in the beginning, man. So when He created the world, He knew everything that was going to happen from the beginning to the end. You know, from the ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, "My counsel shall stand, and I will do my pleasure." So the Lord is going to do what He wants to do, man, because this is His movie. And in this movie, He created these people to go off, man. The Lord created these people, all right, certain people to go off, certain people, certain Israelites, and all the heathen. You know, He created all these people to go off. You know, but in the Apocrypha, it talks about how the Lord abhors nothing that He had made. You know, let me look it up real quick. Abhor. I'm gonna just type in nothing He made. There it is. Wisdom of Solomon 11:24. Wisdom of Solomon 11:24 says, "For thou lovest all things that are, and abhorrest." All right, so thou lovest all things that are, and abhorrest nothing which thou hast made. So he don't despise anything or hates anything that the Lord has made, because he made the wicked to hate them. He made them to be the bad guy. All right, because without the wicked, then it would just be protagonists. You understand? You have to have an antagonist to come against the wicked. You know, since the beginning of time, the good is set against the evil, and the sinners against the godly. You know, it tells you that in the book of Sirach. You know, so the Lord had to set things up like this for it to happen. So when the Lord created these Edomites to go off, man, you know, you just gotta pray and ask that you're not a vessel fit for the evil, man, and destruction. You know, or a vessel of the flesh, I would say. You know, because these heathens, they just mind the things of the flesh. All right. Yeah, it says, thou back at verse 24, thou lovest all things that are, and abhorrest nothing which thou hast made, for never wouldest thou have made anything if thou hast hated it. So he doesn't truly hate it to the point where he don't want it to exist no more. He just loves to hate it. You know, he loves hating this devil, man, because he's the border of wickedness, man. You know, and this is the way he set it up. This is the way that the Most High set it up. It's the book of Sirach. I think it's 29. Talks about the use for a man's life. It may not be 29 then. Wait a second. Yeah, here it is. Sirach 29:24. Wait a second. Salakia, me just look it up. It says the good. It says good against 33 and 14. Slovakia. Good is set against evil, and life. Oh, okay. I can go up a little bit. See, this is the Ecclesiasticus 33 and 13. As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure. So you have clay in the potter's hand. He fashioned it however he wants to. All right. So is man in the hand of him that made him to render to them as he likened it best. So he's likening the clay in the potter's hand is to the Yahweh Shem Yahushua making and creating the players in this movie. You know, and this is how he set it up. He said, good is set against evil and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner and the sinner against the godly. See, the Lord set it up like that purposely, man. So, you know, he set it up like this on purpose. There was another one in Sirach. Talks about sinners. Oh man, I thought it was in 39 and 26, Salakia. That's the one I wanted. See, this is a Sirach 39:26. Salakia, it's Sirach 39:27. All these things are good for the godly, and to the sinners they are turned into evil. See, what before it says what? It says these are all the use for a man's life. All right. Oh, let me start up a little bit. It says Sirach 39:24. As his ways are plain unto the holy, they are so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. So evil people take the things that are made for good and turn it into evil, man, by polluting it. It tells you that a tree can be used for many good, anything that the Lord told you not to do. All right, like worshiping other idols, engraving images. So people take wood from a tree and carve an image out of it, all right, and start to worship it. So now you have defiled that tree, you know. So you defiled the tree. Now the tree got to be burned because you defiled it. You understand? That's one example of how the sinner turned things that's made for good into evil. It says the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned into evil. See, the sinners are going to turn all of these things into evil. All right, like the plant of marijuana. That's one thing that everybody seems to can't wrap their mind around. All right, because marijuana is actual plant that has healing properties, and it's righteous, man. You know, it's a herb just like rosemary or lemongrass or dandelion. It's all just a herb. But you go and defile the herb by rolling it up in the leaf and smoking it. You know, that plant was created for righteousness, man. But you take it and defile it and create it for evil. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why I said all these things are good unto the godly, and to the sinners they are turned into evil. There be spirits created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of the destruction, they shall pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So that is what Yahweh has in store for the ones that the evil, basically. All right, the spirits that are made for vengeance is what the Lord has in store for the evil, for the wicked, for the sinners. You know, that's what the Lord has in store for you. All right, it says what? It says fire, hell, and it's a spirit that hell came up because it's hailing now. All right, but it's going to be hell the size of minivans in that day, you know. Fire, hail, famine, death, all these are created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. All right, but that was the point, man. The why boastest thou self in mischief? All right, Almighty man, and 2/3 of our people do the same thing, and the answer is because of the flesh, man, because they mind the things of the flesh. So don't mind the things of the flesh. Start to mind the things of the spirit. That's the whole point of the lesson. All right. If I went off topic, Salakia, I just got to jump from precept to precept, but I'll try to stay more on topic next time. But until next time, man, all right, I say shalom.